Yeah.
Okay, must be a relief to get off the mark.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, get off the mark and score a goal. We've had a couple, 2-3 games now without a goal, and that's, I wouldn't say it's a worry because we knew we were going to score at some point. But you want to score as early as you can. You want to get your first win as early as you can, and we've done both tonight, and fully deserved. I think we carried on from like I said, the hour on Saturday where I thought we played well. Got punished for not taking our chances. We've stuck at it tonight, defensively strong throughout the night. Looked a threat going forward, and got the all-important goal. Really pleased. The lads have stuck at it, stayed strong. We played some really good stuff at times as well, which I'm pleased with on a difficult surface, as you can see. Same for both sides, and on the balance of play, I think we more than deserved the 3 points.
I'd agree with that, but Darlaston did make us work hard, and that goal took its time coming, didn't it?
It did, yeah. And the last couple of games that we've started well and had the first half or the first hour, and then not played well the last half an hour, and teams have come into it against us and scored against us, and that they had 20 minute spell where they pushed and a couple of corners, and Zach's had to make a save, but majority of it was routine. I thought we dealt with their threats really well tonight. They're a good side, Darlaston. Dean's put a good team together. They'll take points off teams throughout the season, but I thought we were professional tonight. Big, strong, powerful. Looked a good step forward Northern Premier League side away from home on a difficult surface, and we did the basics really well. And we need a little bit of luck to get a goal, and it shone on us tonight. We've got that goal.
Is it still a bit of a concern though that we're not taking those chances?
Well, no, it's not, because we're creating chances, Chris. I'd be really worried if we wasn't creating chances. If we were getting into wide areas and not putting the ball in the box, if we didn't have the big throw that causes problems, if we weren't working the goalkeeper, I'd be worried. But we are. We're creating chances. The worry is when you're not. A little bit of confidence now. We've got a goal. We'll be up and running. We know we've got goals on the side. Zidane is finding his form. Over the next few weeks, we know Cayman will score goals. Got Coquelin back tomorrow and involved hopefully from the weekend. And we've got a midfielder score tonight. So, I'm pleased with that. We got a midfielder on the score sheet. I thought Sherritt was outstanding again, and he could have scored a couple tonight as well from the middle of the park. So it's not a worry, because we will score goals. We've got goals in the side, and like I say, as long as we're creating, I've got no worries about that.
And at the back, as you've referenced, very solid. Scott Warrer. And when it wasn't Scott Warrer, it was Andy Burns in the centre, wasn't it? Doing what they do. Yeah,
superb. I think as a team tonight, we were really good defensively, but led really well by Burnsy and Scott. They didn't lose a header all night. I thought they were really commanding, and moving Burnsy in one, and putting Cal at right back, and gone back to a 4, obviously. It worked. We looked really strong. Alex Worley was good as well. I just thought defensively from front to back, anything they threw at us, we brought Jimmy back in for corners and the throw and that, and I just thought we looked strong as a unit, and that's pleasing, because you need to be in the Northern Premier League.
As strong as we were, though, they did have that great chance at the end of the first half, didn't they? And,
great save.
A good save. One that you'd expect him to make, but he had to be alert for it.
Well, it come at him quite quick, and he's learning his trade, Zach. He's not played at step 4 before, and he's come in and done his pre-season, and he's found himself with the number 1 jersey because Callum's injured. And he's a big lad, he's a big presence, but he's a confidence player, and he's stepped up 2, possibly 3 levels to play step 4, and I think he's acquitted himself reasonably well, and I'm pleased with him. He's made some key saves at in key times in matches, so pleased for him, and I'm pleased for the team, pleased for the club, because we needed to get off and running as quick as we can. First goal, first point, first win, and we've done all 3 tonight, so I'm really pleased for the club.
Looking forward to Saturday. Another tough game, obviously. They're all tough, as we'll always say, but
Yeah, I mean, listen, look at what we've had to put into tonight's game against a good Darlaston side away from home. That's what it takes. You have to put that effort and endeavour in just to get a 1-0. It's so tough. I've been out this week watching a game on Monday, Coleshill Racing Club Warwick, and I was out last night watching Chase Down Shifnal, and very similar in them 2 games. Nothing really in it. Both games, 2 good sides in it, nip and tuck, and either side could have won either game, and it's just getting that first goal, being strong defensively as a unit. And Chasetown last night did that and then defended their goal well and got their 3 points, very similar to what we've done tonight.
What's the team used for Saturday? We've got obviously the 2 or 3 faces that were missing that you might have normally seen on the lineup today. With you've got McGrath missing, Jim Cuff missing.
Yes, so McGrath is hopefully back Saturday from a rib injury. Don't want to rush him because Macca needs to be fit to play. We played him through pre-season and that FA Cup game with rib injury really, and it's not the right thing to do. He needs rest, so we've left him out the last couple of games.
Got Cuffy and
Cuffy would have been involved tonight, but he's had to. He's got some personal issues he's had to deal with, and so we'll hope he's okay for Saturday.
Joe Morley's the other one.
Joe Morley's been on holiday, so we were always going to keep the same squad as we had Saturday. There was no reason to change anything. Cuff's come out. Morley was told last night that he wouldn't be involved today, and we just put Deeks on the bench today just for that cover if we needed. And the next week or two we're going to be strong because we're Coqueline back tomorrow, and all being well, available for the weekend and then into Tuesday's game against Congleton. So Coqueline, McGrath, Morley, Callum Smith to come back in the next probably week to 10 days, and then we've got 20 proper players to choose from.
Okay, well thanks very much for tonight. Great win to have on the board, and good luck for Saturday.
Thank you very much. Cheers. Thank you.